Hello, I'm Mandy. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I got like stuff happening here. I thought I would share with you my favorite underrated books. And now when I say underrated, I mean they're by popular authors who, like, maybe it was their first book, didn't get as much love as maybe their second book or their breakout book or whatever. And I thought I'd maybe share with you some of the books I wish got a little bit more love. Now I know I'm new to the booktube community, and I know that maybe there's people who talk about these books. If there are, I'd love to know. And yeah, just sharing is caring. So the first book I'd like to share with you is called Pop Princess by Rachel Cohen. She is the author of Gingerbread and Cupcake and all those cute little books. If you read those books, this book's a little bit different than those. She also co-wrote, what's that book called? Nick and Nora's Infinite Playlist with David Levithan. It's also a really cute book. Not as cute as Dash and Lily, but I digressed. We'll talk about that another time. So this book is about a girl named Wonder Blake. Her name is Wonder, I'm not even kidding. And her family are dealing with the death of her sister, who had been killed in a drunk driving accident 2 years prior. And she gets the chance to escape her really crumbling, falling apart family life, her horrible school life. She's bullied constantly. And she gets the opportunity to become a pop star. So Pop Princess being the name. And it's a really good look at the pop music industry and how manufactured it can be, the way things can go sometimes. And also it's a really interesting look at grief. So I just think there's something happening out there. I don't know what's going on. It's a really good look at grief and like just how it affects a person, and also how selfish it can be. It's just, I reread this book all the time. It came out in 2004. I remember when I first got it, I read it in one night and my mom got really mad at me because she just bought it for me and she was like, this is supposed to last you a week, and it's only 300 pages. I mean, I read it in like 3 hours. Sorry, not sorry. So yeah, this book, 5 stars. 5 stars for me. Maybe it's not your thing. If you like pop music, if you like an interesting teen story, this is really good. So she's 15. That's a really, really formative year when you're a girl in your teens. So it's really interesting. You can even see there's like stains on the side. It's a well-loved book. I love this book, and I wish more people knew about it so I can gush about it to them. So I'm sorry, I'm sweating a lot, so if that's showing up on camera. So anyway, my next favorite underrated book does not get enough love. I recommended this to some stranger at Barnes & Noble the other day because they were going to pick up this other book that was similar to it, and I was like, no, don't read this book. Read this book. It's called Dangerous Girls by Abigail Haas. I want to say it's Haas because there's 2 A's. And if you're interested in true crime or mystery thrillers, ooh, I read this book maybe 2 years ago. I don't even know when this came out. And it has stuck with me ever since. Like, the twist is so twisty. It came out in 2014. So I read this book 2 years ago. I love this book. It reminded me of Amanda Knox, if you know about that case where she went overseas and was doing like a school program, and they think she murdered her roommate. Similar concept. This girl, Anna, goes on a vacation to Aruba. Yeah, it's Aruba. She goes on vacation to Aruba with her friends and her best friend Elise, and Elise is found brutally murdered. And so the first person they look to is Anna, and it's told in like flashbacks, and then you're back in the present day, flashback, and I still can't believe the twist. Like, I'm thinking about it right now, and it's all sorts of messed up. And I love this book, and I reread it again the other day, and I was just like, how? Like, it's not even in a confusion way. It's just like, how did I not see that coming? So if you love a good twist, if you love a mystery, love a thriller, I just recommended 2 radically different books, and I don't even care because they're both really great. But this one is also just, if you could rate 10 stars on Goodreads. Oh gosh, now I just hyped it up too much. Don't read this book. Okay, read it, please. I love this book. The next book I picked out. Again, we're just gonna go all over the place with my choices because this is who I am as a person. I like a lot of different things. So my next book is by a popular author named Rainbow Rowell, and I've read almost all of her books. I just haven't read Landline. I don't know what it is about that book, but I'm having a hard time just like getting through it. But her first book, Attachments, does not get enough love. It's so cute. It's so adorable. The premise is a little creepy, so maybe that's why. It's about a guy named Lincoln who, he's a security, I'm having sleeve problems. He's a security officer at an office, and he's supposed to be monitoring the workers' emails, make sure they're not talking about anything inappropriate, that they're focusing on their work, all that jazz. And he ends up falling in love with somebody through their emails. And it's just super cute, and I really liked it a lot. And also, oh, see, look, she's still got a bookmark in there. Oh, she's well loved. So I love Fangirl, and I love Carry On. I love Eleanor and Park. And I just feel like Attachments was a beautiful starting point for Rainbow Rowell, and it's such a good adult fiction book that does not get a lot of recognition, does not get not a lot of love. So if you're looking for a really good, not even fluffy book, like this is just good, feel good, good times book, pick up Attachments. So cute, so good. My next book is from like a spoopier author. You might have heard of him. I think his name is Stephen King, but this is written under one of his pseudonyms, Richard Bachman. So you might have heard of that name too. This is my favorite book of his, and I'm going to get so much judgment because I know there's The Shining, The Stand, It, Carrie, Misery, Pet Sematary. I can go on and on forever. But The Running Man is my favorite. I even love the movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger, and they're so different. I don't even know why they're under the same name. But I remember, sit down, get comfy for this little story. So I remember I was watching the movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger, and it's so great, bad 80s. It's so just Arnold Schwarzenegger bad. I love it. And I saw in the title sequence that it was a book. And I was like, excuse me, what? How have I not read this book? And this book isn't scary. It's a real big thriller, action-packed adventure. And it's just really heart-wrenching. So the premise of this book is, let's see. Yeah, the names are still the same. The main character is Ben Richards. And in his dystopian world, the aftermath of America, there's a game show you can go on, you can win a lot of money, but you have to basically survive your way for 24 hours, 48 hours from these hunters. So it's like what's that short story? The Greatest Game, where that guy is hunting humans. Same thing, but you're on a timer. And so if you are still alive past the timer, you get what you need. And he has a wife and a child, and the child's really sick, and he's trying to win enough money to save her life. And so it's basically about that. And the ending was just a sucker punch, like not even a gut punch, and it still hurts when I think about it. And like the basics of what I just told you are also in the movie. He doesn't have a wife and a child. It's just by himself, which I'm really thankful for, because if I saw what happens in this book in film form, I probably would have cried. So he does not get enough recognition for this book. It reminded me of the Hunger Games. Like, I think I read it around that time that came out, and it's just, if you like the Hunger Games, you might like this. It's not even like Battle Royale Hunger Games. I know that those get compared because they're pretty much the same, but this is like adulty family in jeopardy. So good, so good. I think I even bought a copy for my brother just because I was like, you have to read this, it's so great. So my next book is, I don't even know where I found this book. I want to say I found it at one of those little pop-up bookshops at the mall, and I was like, oh, this looks like fluffy and cute, I'm gonna read it. It's called Girl Stays in the Picture by Melissa De La Cruz. I know what you're thinking. Melissa De La Cruz? Yes, that Melissa De La Cruz. And it's, I should have done Pop Princess and this together, but we're just gonna keep on going. So this book is about, I guess, the life and times of teen pop stars, and like their assistants and stuff. And I don't even remember how the book ended, because I just remember it ended on a cliffhanger, and I was so mad because I was like, where's the next book? Where's the next book? I wasn't supposed to get as invested in this book because I got it for $1. I mean, I really like trash TV. I like watching reality shows. So this was just like, hello, trash TV in a book form. And so it ends on a cliffhanger, and I looked it up on her website, and she's not planning on writing a sequel anytime soon. Why you gotta do me dirty like that, Melissa? Why? Tell me why. Ain't nothing but a heartache. Tell me why. So I feel like if more people read this book and there was more interest in it, she would want to write a sequel, but maybe it's better off not knowing. Yeah, I need to reread this book because I loved it so much. And it's been long enough to where I don't remember what happens. So, yeah. So last book. This is going to be a fun one. It's also very well loved. This one is called, and I'm going to butcher the author's name, so bear with me. This Must Be Love by Tui. And oh my gosh, I can speak English. And it's a retelling of Much Ado About Nothing, and it's my favorite Shakespeare play, is Much Ado About Nothing. And I love retellings because I'm a masochist. We've been over this. And it's told through letters and emails between the two main characters, Hermia and Helena, and hijinks ensue. I mean, I think the last half of the book is told from first-person perspective over the course of one night, so that makes sense. So, I mean, I can get how that would be a frustrating little switch. But, yeah, I've reread this book over and over again. You can see there's some love, lots of love, and it's probably one of the better retellings I've read. Maybe not. I think this also came out in 2004, so 14-year-old Mandy definitely had bad taste. So that concludes this video. Thank you guys for watching. I'm gonna go sit in some air conditioning now because I am dripping sweat. I hope you can't see it because I bet it's real cute. Yeah, thank you, and thanks for everything, and make those choices. Goodbye.